Hey, what's up, guys? It's Lip. It's been a while since my last video. My last video was a recent game pickup video or pickups, whatever. This is another one of those. I just been hanging out, gaming, collecting. Getting some PS2 gaming done, getting some 360 gaming done, a little PS3 gaming. This isn't all the games I've collected, but mainly, uh, I've been doing a lot of collecting for the sixth generation. The PS2, GameCube, and Xbox, and that's what you'll see mostly here. There's a few PS3 games, I'm still staying up to date. I got the new One Piece game and a bunch of other stuff, and I'm getting a whole lot of stuff. But let's focus on this video right here. So first thing I want to show you is Deception 4, finally, and I also want to show the complete collection. At least I think it's the complete collection. But yeah, finally, the family's all together. Deception, Deception 2, 3, Trapped, Deception 4. Just got this game as well, Drakengard 3. Amazing game. Like really, really fun game. The hardest boss battle, not the hardest, but like just the most surprising boss battle. And it was also kind of hard, until I memorized the very, that very last part. And I had some help on YouTube as well. So, yeah, Deception 3. And that also completes my trilogy of not Deception 3, Drakengard. But that also completes my trilogy of the Drakengard series, 1, 2, and 3. I also bought a second copy of this, Drakengard 2. It's not in here. It's in here. But, yeah, it took me a while. A lot of doing, a lot of money to get that right there. Can't even see it. Right there. Like new copy, as always. And a word to collectors, like if you guys want this game, like if anybody's trying to get this game right here, like Drakengard 2, be warned, it's not cheap. Like it's gone up in price. This is still pretty cheap. I don't know when it's going to go up in price. Maybe I'll get a second copy of that. Maybe I won't. But also, you guys know I offer to give away some of my cases, and not cases, but cover arts and booklets. Since I have extras, if anybody wants this cover art and the booklet, let me know. Maybe we can work something out. I'll send it to you for free. I'm not trying to make a profit. Well, no, not this one. But if I ever get another copy of this game, this copy, by the way, doesn't work. But if I ever get another copy, this will be up for grabs as well. As well as, some extra cover art for Kessen 3. So yeah, my Deception trilogy, my Drakengard trilogy, and my Deception series is currently, my Deception collection is currently complete. Unless they ever make another one. I hope they do. And now let's move on to some other games. Samurai Warriors 2 Extreme Legends. Not very cheap either, but whatever. Crime Life, very cheap. I actually when I finally got around to buying the Warriors, which was sometime this year, like a few months ago, I saw this game on YouTube. I typed in Warriors gameplay, and I saw this, and I was like, it looks pretty interesting. It looks like a pretty unique game. I might have to buy another one though, because this game kind of skips. But yeah, I found this game actually, through a related video on YouTube. I was watching Warriors gameplay. I said, let me click on Crime Life. It's kind of the same. It's nowhere near as organized and as like smooth and as the Warriors. There's nowhere near like I don't know what to call it. All I know is like the Warriors is definitely a better game than this, but it's still a pretty good game. Men of Valor. Virtual on Mars. I got this game. I was really considering buying Custom Robo for GameCube, which I might still do, but like every time I see Custom Robo, like I don't really see much that makes me want to buy it. But you know, I think I will buy it. You know, but like I was thinking about getting Custom Robo, and I actually bumped into this by accident on Amazon through a related search or just looking at all the other games that were at the bottom of the screen that you could search through. And I was like, I'm gonna give this a shot. I did my research, read some reviews on IGN, GameSpot, saw some reviews on YouTube. Didn't get a lot of good reviews, and that's my motto. Like if everybody hates it, I'll probably love it. And I'm not saying it's the best game, but it's a pretty unique game, I think, and probably a pretty hard game to find if you're not searching online. But yeah, it's pretty unique. I played it. It's not impossible. It's okay. It's pretty fun. The missions are pretty simple. They're just straightforward missions. It's almost like a fighting game, almost. Just not. It's not a fighting game, but like the missions are just kill these enemies. 3 enemies, kill those enemies. It's more like arena style missions or closed off missions. It's not like like a regular mission structure. There's no like destroy this or destroy that. All your missions are just destroy other robots. Destroy 3, 4, or 5 of them, whatever, and that's it. It was pretty good. Commandos 2. Actually, a second copy of Commandos 2. Because this would have been my last video, but my first copy wasn't quite up to par, up to my standards. So I was like, well, let me get a second copy at least. So if something happens to the first copy, or if it doesn't work, or whatever, even though I test my games, if for some reason it stops working, I have another copy. Barbarian by Titus. Second copy of Kessen 3. This actually completes my Kessen collection. I actually have all the Kessen games, and I have all the Koei games except for the horse racing games. Let me get to these real quick. Dynasty Warriors 5 Extreme Legends. Not really up to my standards, so I'm gonna have to rebuy this copy right here. The copy I have works. It's just it's not really like what I normally accept. I mean, I accept bad games. I'll just buy another one as long as they work. Then I have no problem, and it works, but it's not up to my standards. Dynasty Samurai Warriors Extreme Legends. Same thing with this one. I had to buy a second copy of that. I love my shooters. World War II Combat Road to Berlin. Sugunai. Went to 3 copies of this game to find the copy that I really wanted. Still don't have the copy that I really want. Like they're all they're about average. None of them are in great condition. None of them are in above average condition. At most, they're average, slightly below average. So I have 3 copies, so I'm good. Once I finish my collection or get close to finishing it, then I'll probably kick out the extra cash to get a better copy. Seven Samurai, 2020. Yakuza 2. I bought this the same exact time I bought Dragon Guard 2. Not cheap. They're both around the same price, and I was happy to get a second copy because for some reason I think that Dragon Guard 2 has more replay value probably than Dragon Guard 1. Even though Dragon Guard 1 has five endings, I think Part 2 has about 5 endings as well. So I'll probably get a Dragon Guard 1 as well. I'm not sure about this. I don't know. All I know is I'm glad I have a second copy. And now that I've gotten the expensive copies out of the way with Yakuza 2 and Dragon Guard 2, now I can go ahead and get the cheaper of the two. The Part 1 to Yakuza and the Part 1 to Dragon Guard. I already have Part 1 to both of them, but I think I'd rather have 2 of them just in case. Wrath Unleashed. Disaster Report. Second copy of this game as well. I'd already played this game and beat it. Like, it's very rare for me to because I test all my games, and it's very rare for me to get a game and test it and wind up playing it all the way through. I had to play this all the way through. It was just too unique And there's another one. It's not really a sequel, but it's more of a follow-up. It's called Raw Danger. Published by Agitech and created by Irem or Irem or whatever. And they only have 3 games for the PS2. So, I guess that makes them sort of rare. And I have all of their games. One is Steambot Chronicles, one is Disaster Report, and the other is Raw Danger. They have other games, not a lot, but whatever. I'll get to that later. Dynasty Warriors 5 Extreme Legends. But yeah, once I buy second copies of this one and that one, I'll have pretty much all the Koei games. Not every Koei game for the PS2, but all the ones that I want. Like I said, the other ones are horse racing games. I might get those. I don't see myself ever getting them, except maybe for bragging rights. But I don't really like to brag, so like, I don't know. I might get them. Dynasty Warriors 5. I might just buy one, see if I like it. If I even find any enjoyment out of it whatsoever, then I'll probably go ahead and get the rest of them. Like if I like one, then even remotely, then I'll probably consider getting the whole series. But I also have the Naval Ops games, Naval Ops Commander, Warship Gunner, Warship Gunner 2, PT-04. And my friend gave me those, so I've, Koei made a lot of ship games, ship simulators. I mean, pretty in depth too. Hang on a second. I'm just fixing my stack. Alright. Getaway. The Getaway, Black Monday. My second copy of this. My first copy I bought. See, when I first, the whole reason I bought a second copy was because the first copy I bought, I looked at it and I was like, oh, this is just Getaway Part 1. And I was like, oh, I need a second copy. But once I got a second copy, I was like, well, this says the same thing as my other copy. Popped it in, realized it was Getaway Part 2. It doesn't even say, it doesn't say anything. It doesn't say Getaway Black Monday. It doesn't say Getaway Part 2. So my first copy, I didn't even play it because I thought it was the first game, and I was like, "What?" So I realized I had two copies of the same game. The first one and the first one I bought, and then the second one. And I realized when I started playing the first one that the first one didn't even work. So yeah, I'm kind of glad I bought a second copy. I mean, I'm kind of glad I already had a second copy because that was kind of humiliating, realizing that I had the game already before I even bought it, but the game I had didn't work. Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. These games are similar, at least Part 2 is. Part 2 is similar to, if you ever played Ultimate Alliance for the PS2, or any Ultimate Alliance game. It's like that. Especially Part 2, because, you just switch, through 4 characters on the screen, and that's it. Samurai Warriors 2. This is also a second copy. Yeah, I buy these sleeves just in case, so when I buy my second copies, I don't have to create any sort of contraptions to hold them in the case. I wish I had a lot of those double disc cases. Coliseum, Road to Freedom. It's also a second copy. The first one, as always, wasn't up to par, so I bought another one. And I think I have all of the Gladiator games, like any type of Gladiator game for the PS2, Xbox, or GameCube. I probably have. Spartan, Total Warrior. Get open. Another second copy. Sorry about the lighting. And I'm still working on getting my capture card. I'm aiming for a Hauppauge. I'm aiming for 3 Hauppauges. So I want to make a lot of videos, a lot of Let's Plays of just all these shooters I have here, all these marvelous shooters. I have 200. I think right now I'm at 226 shooters for the GameCube, PS2, and original Xbox, and a few Wii games mixed in there, maybe like 2 or 3. And I'm not finished yet. I mean, I'm pretty close to being finished, but I have a few more games. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do walkthroughs of shooters, and adventure games, and maybe some light RPGs, like some hack and slash RPGs, like Shifters or something like that. I really want to do a Let's Play for Shifters and Warriors of Might and Magic. So I'm going to invest in a lot of capture cards. I already have two laptops, you know, or at least one extra laptop dedicated to just that purpose. You know, recording game footage, you know, putting it on a hard drive, an external hard drive, of course, not the laptop's hard drive, and then uploading it to YouTube. But yeah, Red Ninja. So that's coming soon. Before the year ends, I'll be uploading videos, and I'll get a mic so I can do commentary as well. Death by Degrees. Pretty unique game, if I say so myself. Robin Hood, Defender of the Crown. Nano Breaker. Beatdown, Fist of Vengeance. Nightshade. Demon Stone. So maybe I think it's unlikely, but maybe you saw something in here, you know, that you didn't know anything about. You know, that's another reason why I do videos, because I consider my collection to be pretty vast. You know, like, I think I've done pretty good. You know, like, I've been collecting for about 7 years. You know, without a job. You know, with just like, you know, whatever I could, you know, scrape up and you know, some money I get every now and then. And if I had a job, like if I was steadily employed, I would have way more. But you know, I've been collecting for about 7 or 8 years, and I consider my collection to be pretty vast. You know, so like, you know, I like to show it off. Like I said, I'm not really like a boaster or like someone who brags a lot, but I figured I'd show it off because I watch other people's videos, you know, like collection videos, and I see games in there that I do nothing about. And then when I see that kind of stuff, I go hunt them down. So maybe you'll see something in here that you didn't know anything about. Although I doubt it, you know, like it's pretty run-of-the-mill stuff. Most people know about Drakengard and stuff like that. But I have other games, like Judge Dredd, Reign of Fire, RoboCop, Prisoner of War. I have the Fallout Brotherhood of Steel. Although after Fallout 3, who doesn't know about Fallout? I have all the Terminator games. I have the 24 game. I have check my I think it's Your Welcome Gamers part whatever, and you'll see all of my shooters. But guess I'll show these one more time. I've already shown them, but until next time, this is Inquisitor Eisenhorn Overlip signing out.